Earlier in the week, we talked about media coverage of this knockout game. The knockout game is this crime which involves hitting people in the head, usually coming at them from the back, trying to hit them hard enough to knock them out, to knock them unconscious. There have only been about 10 or so actual instances of this, but media coverage has been rampant. And the question I asked was, is the media coverage of an event that is so unlikely to happen to any particular individual really going to help, or is it actually going to give more people the idea of doing this because it's making the news? What was our consensus, Louis? That certainly it might actually give more people the idea of doing it.
That it could definitely do that, yes.
Well, CNN did a segment which I found to be just hilarious in its absurdity, which was they brought on a rabbi who is also a black belt in some kind of martial art and apparently a former New York police officer. And the rabbi was brought on to show Don Lemon, CNN host, how to survive a knockout attack. This is Rabbi Gary Moskowitz, also known apparently as Rambowitz. I don't know by whom he's known that way, but apparently he is. And this is a little bit of it. This is so absurd. How is this doing anything to help anybody? Take a look.
Throws that punch.
Anyway, which side? It doesn't matter?
I could redirect it. Watch what I did. As he throws the punch, I'm redirecting his force, and I'm throwing him with the same thing. If I want to continue, I can go here and just take him down slowly. These are all physics tricks.
Careful, this man has to be on television at 11 o'clock tonight.
This is my livelihood right here.
If he punches with the other hand, and I can redirect and come around, and I can keep spinning around and take it. Now I put him in a shoulder lock, where his shoulder will separate here if I put more pressure on. He'll be a very good boy. Okay?
Black belt rabbi. But those are things you can do.
But what if you are, seriously, what if you're walking? You don't see some, there's nothing, I mean,
too many people are buried in the
Nothing is
phones.
foolproof.
No, we're not saying this is guaranteed. You're getting an advantage.
Okay.
The advantage is to become aware. And the second thing is, if you do get hit, let's say throw a punch, let's say I get hit in the face, punch slowly.
Yeah.
And I got hit. We're trained to absorb punch and to go with the flow and then come back in and take him down in some type of grappling. When you grapple, then you can take people down.
I'm going to start calling him Rabbi Kick Butt.
So, Louis, in looking at that, are any of these techniques reasonable? I mean, the idea is if you are paying attention, you aren't going to be a victim of this game. This is happening to people who are walking typically alone and are not paying attention. So I don't even, it seems like it is just visual, it's news, it's violence pornography or something like that. It's just to be visually interesting, and it served no productive purpose, I don't think.
No purpose at all. The best advice is just to be aware and look behind you. Honestly, it's not like 2 minutes of instruction from an expert is somehow going to make you immune to these attacks. It's completely absurd.
How do you even find a black belt rabbi, former New York police officer? That seems like there's not that many of those.
Hey, maybe that's why. There's probably only one.